morning, the most news in the morning, period. Weekdays 6 Eastern.
I'm absolutely convinced, and I know something for sure, and I think the president has said this, if we do nothing, we're going to watch this economy continue to slide. 1.8 million jobs lost in the last 3 months, which is as if every job in the state of South Carolina suddenly disappeared. We can't let the economy keep going this direction. What the stimulus package has is 3 basic components: infrastructure spending on roads, bridges, and alternative energy projects to put people to work and build a platform for greater success; tax cuts for working Americans, working families that make less than $150,000, so they can pay bills, put food on the table, and start to spend again in this economy; and finally, help for hard-hit people through Medicaid and unemployment insurance to help people who have been damaged by this job losses over the last 3 or 4 months. And these are the right elements. You know, you can debate about what should the size of each of the elements be, but they're the right elements, and we need a conference report and action immediately.
I want to ask you, because you did note as well the job losses, the steep job losses that we've been facing. He said last night, President Obama, that the stimulus will save or create 4 million jobs. Now, the country's already lost 600,000 in January alone. So at a cost of about $1 trillion when all is said and done, is 4 million jobs really the goal we're looking for here? Or could that be passé in just a couple of months?
Well, if we don't act, it will be. But the president has said this bill has to be one, when it gets to his desk, that saves or creates at least 3 million jobs. And that's what Americans need. Just use Virginia as an example. Our unemployment rate, even though it's 2 points less than the national average, we've seen unemployment claims triple in the last year, at the same time as declining state revenues have caused us to have to lay off workers in our unemployment offices that help people who have lost their jobs. And so this stimulus is critically important to put people back to work and to help with unemployment benefits, so we can rehire some of the workers that are needed to process unemployment claims from all these Americans who are out of work.
And I want to ask you about that, because part of this consensus in the Senate by some of the moderates on both sides was to lop about, what, $40 billion off of aid that would have gone to the states. Are you disappointed that that happened?
I am, although I recognize a conference process. You know, I think they took the House package that had aid directly to states, which would have been very useful. They reduced the amount, and then they made it more pass-through aid to localities. And look, our mayors and folks on our county boards of supervisors, they need assistance as well. But I think giving some discretionary aid to states and not pinning everything down to a line item would be very helpful. And I hope in the conference process they might find a middle ground between those two positions. But the key is, act now. This is urgent. We can't let the economy continue to slide.